In this video, we're going to show you how to add a bright, colorful gel stain to your laser projects. But before we do, here's a sneak peek at our newest adventure. Coming soon is the first interactive digital magazine dedicated to laser makers. Check out the description below for more information. Now let's get started with this project. We like to start with a clean, color-filled engraving. If you're familiar with this process, you can fast forward to the gel stain about 40 more seconds. If you're not, we'll leave some links in the description to more detailed videos. In the meantime, here's a 30-second color-filling crash course. I started with a nice deep engraving on our new We Create Vision diode laser. This engraving is pretty dark, but sharp, crisp lines with black details really pop. Start by using 220 grit paper to sand all the burn residue off the wood. Use an air compressor to blow out all the dust. Seal the grains to prevent the paint from leaving pesky bleed marks. I used 2 coats of shellac for this. Add your detail color by filling in the engraving with acrylic paint. Be sure to push your brush down into the grooves. Wipe clean with a wet paper towel or flat sponge. Remove all the shellac from the surface. This will leave you with very clean details, and the wood is now exposed for the gel stain. Again, remove the dust with an air compressor. Alright, here's what our engraving looks like now. The paint and shellac inside the engraving will prevent the stain from bleeding into the surrounding grains. The wood surface has been sanded clean and is ready for the stain. I'm using Unicorn Spit Gel Stain. This is a non-toxic water-based stain that comes in amazingly bright and fun colors. This is concentrated, so a little dab will go a long way. I'm adding a few drops of water to dilute the color a bit. My flamingo has very fine details, so I'm going to be using a small brush for this. Carefully spread the stain around the inside of the design. Honestly, at this point, it's like a paint by number. It's not difficult, but be sure to take your time in doing this. You really want to avoid going outside the lines. But if you do, have a small piece of damp paper towel handy. Wipe it immediately, but don't oversaturate it. With any luck, you'll be able to sand away any accidents once it's dried. The nice thing about the black color-filled details is the pink stain doesn't really show up on that black paint. I'm moving my brush within the design with a very light touch. You can always add a second layer if you want a more saturated color. Here, I'm going to show you what it looks like when using very dilute stain all the way to almost concentrated on this design. Each flamingo will have a varied amount of stain with water. By the way, all these designs are available on my website as a laser-ready instant download. This last one is mostly concentrated and really wasn't spreading very well. Since this is a water-based stain, you'll want to add a finish to protect everything. I like to use a polyacrylic clear finish. Not only will this bring out the colors in the wood, but it also seals the stain. I typically do 2 to 3 coats with a light hand sanding between each coat. And here's the final result. I love how much the color pops. It's very eye-catching. This will really bring your laser projects to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe and leave any questions you have in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.